sometimes you kind of got to get a bit authoritative with them. I always start friendly, strengths-based, but sometimes you need to rattle their cage a bit. And boys aren't always opposed to that, and they get it, that this matters. I'm not saying every single one of them, but I think one of the biggest things that I've been sharing when I speak to adults, whether it be staff or parents, is like, we can't make the assumption, and I know anecdotally, but I've got some evidence to prove it, that boys are up to their eyeballs in all of this harmful stuff and they love it and they think it's great. They're actually thinking really critically of it all. They're wanting something more. They're not necessarily sure that what they're encountering online, as I said earlier, is actually good for them and is setting them up to thrive. So I think if we can come alongside them, we see boys lean in. They want these conversations. They're just not going to come home and say, hey, Ma, Dad, can we ever talk about, healthy masculinities and respectful relationships? Like, they're not going to do it, but they're up for it if we lean in. They're up for it. They're not going to go at lunchtime and say, hey, lads, let's get together and have a yarn about how we can show up as good men. I create the space for it at their school. They lean in their small groups, chatting to their mates. Like, without fail, the vast majority of boys just lean into these conversations and they're up for it. I'm not going to sell some 100%. You're never going to get that. But people need to know that the vast majority of boys are absolutely up for these conversations, and we have to create space for them and assume, like I said, they're thinking critically about the culture and they're very open to thinking about who they are as a man, the type of bloke they want to be, the type of mate that they want to be, how they want to show up in their romantic relationships if and when, what that looks like. And so, assume good intentions, assume that there's actual openness there, and you'll be pleasantly surprised as to what you find.